I want to be more like Joseph. Yes, the same Joseph who was thrown into a pit and sold into slavery. In today's reading, we find Joseph with his brothers, grieving the death of their father. After their father's burial, Joseph's brothers were immediately fearful and convinced that Joseph would want to get even with them for all the horrible things they had done to him when they were younger, throwing him in a pit, selling him into slavery. Their fear and guilt immediately led them to quick lies of claiming that their father had left Joseph a note telling him to forgive his brothers. They were coming up with anything they could to try and avoid the anger that they assumed Joseph had towards them. But instead, Joseph replied to them with kindness and mercy. We read this in Genesis 50, 19 through 21. But Joseph replied, "Don't be afraid of me. Am I God that I can punish you? You intend to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of so many people. No, don't be afraid of me. I will continue to take care of you and your children." So he reassured them by speaking kindly to them. Joseph had clearly developed a godly mindset, which carried him through the trials of his life. He had been badly mistreated by his own family as well as others for little to no fault of his own. He spent the better part of his early life in an Egyptian dungeon, separated from his father, not knowing if he would ever see him again. Yet, despite this and many other trials, he could say to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good." He knew that even though his brothers hated him at the time and were trying to get rid of him, behind them it was God who was at work, sending Joseph to Egypt for God's sovereign purpose. Joseph's trust in the sovereign goodness of God carried him through these trials with a joyful spirit, freeing him from any bitterness or complaining. Today, may we be more like Joseph, knowing firmly that despite any hardships, God is working on our behalf for our good. God bless you and have a great day.